everyone, and welcome to your next episode of Cooking with Nichole. Tonight I've got a great, easy kind of dump together recipe for you. I literally got home from work about 25 to 30 minutes ago, and I remembered, I gotta make a video tonight, plus I have to feed my family. And I had some leftover things in the refrigerator, quickly popped them all together, and this is gonna be a delicious recipe that I just kind of came up with the ingredients that I had in my refrigerator. I'm calling it low carb cowboy pasta. So what I've got for you tonight is 2 bags of the great low carb bread company pasta rice noodles. You can pick these up online, or you can pick them up online also at Strong Pour in West Fargo, North Dakota. Otherwise online at the Great Low Carb Bread Company, their own website. These are an amazing low carb product. As a nurse practitioner and working with my patients, a lot of people miss pasta. They like that comfort food, and this company is great for their low carb noodle products. And I fell in love with this orzo rice pasta because it does give you somewhat of a similar texture of rice, but yet it's like the orzo pasta as well. The beauty of this is that it's super high in fiber. So it's got 12 grams of fiber, but unlike regular pasta, it has 18 grams of protein in it. Most regular pastas have about 40 grams of total carbs, about 2 grams of fiber, and hardly any, or if anything, no protein. And so this is a much better option. You're gonna fill up a lot faster when you eat these kinds of products. And so I have 2 bags of this orzo rice pasta already cooked ahead of time. Had it made in the refrigerator last night as part of our food prep for the week. So 2 bags of that right here. I've browned up already approximately about 1.5 pounds of ground turkey. So it's all ready to go. It was seasoned with garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, salt, and we're gonna now be adding to that. We're gonna add in some Hidden Valley Fiesta Ranch dip mix, and take note, the Fiesta. If you can't find the Fiesta in your local grocery store, you can use the Hidden Valley Ranch dip mix. Not gonna be a big deal. We're gonna do 1 can of whole kernel corn, a 1/2 cup of the Hughes Sugar-Free BBQ sauce, the mesquite flavor. I found this baby. I'm a lover of barbecue sauce, and I'm really sad that most barbecue sauces are really high in carbs and sugars. But I found this guy at Hornbacher's here in Fargo. It's on the top shelf, kind of in like the specialty sauces, right where you would find all of the regular barbecue sauces. But this guy, for 2 tablespoons, is only 2 grams of net carb, and most barbecue sauces are 15 grams of carb. So a big savings on this guy with some great flavor. A cup of beef broth, and then a brick or 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese, the full fat version. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our frying pan back on here and get this all lit up. And because the meat has already been cooked and drained, we're just gonna start adding. And so what I'm gonna first add in here is our 1 cup of beef broth, just to give it some moisture. Now you might want to keep your beef broth package on hand, because this rice is very fiber filled. It may suck up a lot of the liquid. You might need more liquid, so keep that on hand so you can just add to as you need. And we're gonna put in our 8 ounces of cream cheese. As you can see, I kind of sliced it up ahead of time. It just helps it to cook down when it's separated instead of just sitting in the pan in one big brick. It's easier to melt down in this way. Same thing if you use Velveeta in any recipes. It just makes it easier when you cube it up, when you put it in the pan. So we've got our cream cheese, our beef broth, and then I'm gonna sprinkle in our Hidden Valley Fiesta Ranch dip mix, our 1/2 cup of barbecue sauce. As you can see, I'm just dumping. There's the easiest thing to do in the world, especially when you are short on time, when you can just dump it all together and it's gonna be ready for you in all of approximately 15 minutes. Our can of corn. Now, if you're like, well, Nichole, corn is kind of high in carbs. You're right, it can be high in carbs. I also figured out nutrition facts information for black beans, and of course that was even higher. So if you didn't want to use corn, you could do cut up or cubed zucchini to take down the carb factor. You could use cherry tomatoes, about a cup of cherry tomatoes, but those are going to be along the same lines of the corn when it came to carb content. You could use broccoli, you could use cauliflower rice if you're wanting to cut down the carbs. But tonight, I've got a lot of room in my budget today, so I'm gonna go with the corn. When it comes to my macros, I have a bigger budget today because I was really good otherwise, so we're gonna go with the corn. And then finally, we're gonna put in our orzo pasta rice, the low carb version from the Great Low Carb Bread Company. It makes quite a bit, so I'm using my great big frying pan here tonight. We're gonna kind of stir all of this together, and we're gonna let it simmer down. Oh wow, that Fiesta dip mix is already making things smell amazing. If you couldn't find the Hidden Valley Ranch dip mix, and perhaps you didn't want to use a Fiesta or a ranch flavor, you could use you wouldn't have to add anything. You could use taco seasoning if you'd like. You could just put in a can of diced tomatoes, like a stewed tomato that has some peppers, or like a rotel to it. That would be another option for flavor if you're not wanting to use the ranch or the Fiesta mix. So what we're gonna do is just let this simmer down, let this cook down, let the cream cheese melt all into place and get ooey gooey. And we'll have a picture ready for you at the end of the video to show you how it all turned out. The nutrition facts information on this particular recipe, it makes 8 servings and it's 389 calories per serving. With the corn, it is 15 grams of net carb, or approximately 3 teaspoons of sugar, and 40 grams of protein. So it's definitely a complete meal, and that serving size would be about a cup of this dish. This is your sweet meal deal for the night. I hope you guys all have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.